living like the winner do.
See me with the crew, had to get some food. I see you looking like you do. Had to make a move. Still I gotta grow in a Jimmy Choo. Break the rules, no you're not a fool, but I'm in the mood.
What's up, y'all? I got a message for the youngsters, the youth. You understand me? There's a lot of consequences that come with living the street life. And this is speaking from somebody who, I wasn't the most violent, I wasn't the most involved in the streets, but I was heavily involved, heavily affiliated. Somebody who shook hands with murderers under 21 years old, murderers as young as 16, 17 years old, you know what I'm saying? And I'ma just tell you like it is, you know, like, let it be known that if you choose to make the decision as a man to involve yourself in the streets, then that's the decision that you made as a man. But understand and take heed that you are totally making the choice to involve yourself. And at least stand tall no matter what. But I'm going to tell you exactly what it's like to be involved in the streets, have a whole bunch of bros, right? But this is what happens. First is fun, you know. You partying, you doing drugs, you drinking liquor, you picking on mostly innocent people. You got your ops, you know. Y'all run into each other, y'all fighting at each other, y'all fighting each other, y'all might be shooting each other. You know, that type of adrenaline rush, I ain't gonna lie, like it's a real adrenaline rush, you know what I'm saying? Like the street life is addictive. It is, you feel me? But let me tell you exactly what you have to look forward to when you're in the streets. Eventually, especially if you're in a gang, you're gonna get locked up. But now you're not gonna get locked up on your own. You're gonna get locked up with several other people, right? Who claiming the same thing as you. Y'all all got the same tattoos. So boom. Now it goes from it could have been a regular state case to now you might be hit with the RICO because y'all got same tattoos. Y'all wear the same colors. Y'all wear the same clothes, you know? So now the feds could say you running a criminal enterprise, and it don't even matter if it's 5 of y'all selling crack or pills. It don't even matter if collectively they not even making $1,000 a week. That's what y'all gonna get charged with. Now, here's the thing now. The more of y'all that it is, the higher chance is gonna be that someone is going to tell on you, and not just you, right? The other people in your group, because that's part of the deal. It's never, hey, snitch on this one person and we'll give you a deal. We'll give you a plea deal. It's tell us everything that we need to know. They need to know about whatever shootings you was involved with. They need to know about the drugs, where the drugs is at, where the stash houses is at. You know what I'm saying? They want to know who got robbed because of what situation. You know, they want to tie up loose ends. If somebody got murdered and they don't know who did it. This is the type of things that's going to happen. Like, if you really want to involve yourself in the streets, this is what you have to look forward to. And this ain't even the worst of the situation, okay? Now, your mans, chances are the mans who tell your bro who tells on you, this is the person who you least expected. This is the person who you may have given money to when he needed it. This is the person who you shared clothes with, you know what I'm saying? This is a person who y'all ran trains on girls and y'all shared girls in the house and this, that, and the third. Maybe even you in love with this man's sister and he's snitching on you, he ratting on you, right? And he's gonna find whatever little petty reason to justify ratting on you. Maybe you owed him $5. I don't know. Maybe you had beat him up when y'all was little kids and he gonna say he never got over it. Or maybe he gonna try to blame you for something that really ain't got nothing to do with you. And he know it ain't got nothing to do with you, but he wanna blame you for it anyway, right? This is the type of thing you have to look forward to, right? So then you gonna have to contemplate to yourself. And you gonna have to choose to be a G like you always said you was, even though you jaded now because your man's told on you, right? So you gonna choose to either be a G, hold it down, even though you know you can't go to trial now because they snitching on you. And then if it's like 10 or more of y'all, that one snitch is gonna lead to a minimum of another 1 or 2 more. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, for real. So like I said, you either gonna hold it down or you gonna choose to snitch too for less time. So now you snitch, you get less time. You still gotta do some type of time depending on the severity of the crimes you up against, even if you get less than whoever else. You feel me? Like you could snitch and get 20 instead of life, right? So then you gotta understand that you can never be comfortable on your block, and then we live in the era of the internet to where wherever you move, if you're not in witness protection, you know what I'm saying, you be exposed as a rat wherever you go, you know what I'm saying? So now you gotta look over your back, and then if you don't snitch, you got a possibility of doing 20 years up to the rest of your life in prison, right? So now, this is what happens when you go to prison, right? And this begins to happen when you in the county, okay? I did a 1 to 3 bid, right? I did 24 months straight before I went home on parole, okay? I got majority of my letters from family members and girls. I'm talking about thick stacks of letters, right? You wanna know how many letters I got from my boys who I grew up with? How many? Melly Mel was locked up at the time, so we was kiting each other. He was like in Goshen or wherever he was at. He was doing up north like a juvie bed at the time, right? So he was writing me, we was writing each other. But the dudes that was still out in the town, they wasn't writing me like that. They was not writing me. As a matter of fact, none of them wrote me. None of them wrote me. None of them sent me no bread. 2 of them came together on a visit to see me one time, okay? As far as commissary, them put money on my books, it never happened. Not one time. And now let me tell you something else. Your girl who you got, you think she gonna hold you down? Yeah, for as long as she can. If she really in love with you, I give her 6 months before she start looking and having wandering eyes, okay? Because guess what? In my era, I give them 6 months. In this era, I give them 3 months because we live in the social media age where even the trashiest woman is getting hit on more than once in her DM by the most simpish of dudes, the most trickiest of dudes. They know they have options, okay? I mean, a real chick could tell you before you even go to jail, I'm not doing no bid with you, you know what I'm saying? These chicks, especially in the hood, you know what I'm saying? They love to represent a nigga that's locked up, but throughout it all, they gotta do who they smashing. The whole time they tell them dude that's locked up, they love him. They going to kiss him in his mouth at the visiting floor. She was slurping up somebody and then mess around and be one of his mans on the low or one of his enemies, you feel me? When I was on Rikers Island, okay, I had a girl, I had 2 different girls, right? Cause you know, I was being messy. I had 2 girls when I got locked up and I maintained 2. A year into my bid, the first girl that I had, she cheated on me with the person who she lost her virginity to. Boom, lost that. And then in the middle of that bid, I'm talking to another one. She ends up on the roof slurping my mans off. But you see, my mans told me right before it happened. The girl, she tried to act like it never happened, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, she wasn't coming to see me anyway. She always had an excuse. You know what I'm saying? And she wasn't sending no bread. You know what I'm saying? You know what was holding me down? My moms, you feel me? So if your moms don't mess with you like that, and trust me, if your moms don't mess with you like that, you really are like a dickhead. Because who mother don't mess with them when they go to jail, you know what I'm saying? You better hope your mother is alive and she care about you, and if not, you better hope grandma, Nana is in your life, you know what I'm saying? Because chances are, right, unless you maybe had a baby with a chick, right? You're not gonna have no women for that long. And now here's another thing now. let's say you catch a real serious charge, and now you going to jail now, right? Now you got to deal with the gay on the down low dudes who they gonna go home, act like they the biggest, you know what I'm saying? The biggest big homies, the realest, the biggest killers, and they could be killers, right? Right? Whoever, terrorists inside a prison, but guess what though? They're sleeping with men. And half of them, they'll only allow you to be safe and be protected if you giving up your booty. You letting them take your peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? This is what you have to look forward to. And if you lucky, you come home, right? And if you did a long bid, most of the people who was in your life, they either dead or they moved away. And if you had kids, you don't know your kids, especially if you had a daughter, chances are, you know what I'm saying, your daughter gonna be loose. She gonna be for the streets. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what you have to look forward to if you remain in the streets. This is exactly what you have to look forward to, right? If you choose to want to be a gangster. You want to be a gang member, a street dude. The truth about the streets is a myth and not a myth at the same time. The streets is a myth to where you think that you're going to have loyalty and love forever. You feel me? Most they do, you die. That's when you get the most love, and they only going to celebrate you and pour some liquor out on your birthday or the anniversary of your death, right? They'll have a barbecue on your birthday, but you're going to be dead. It don't matter. The streets is a myth to where, yes, it's real. Real things happen. People die. People get hurt. People go to jail. Yes, the streets is real. But the loyalty and the love of it, that's a myth. That is a myth, man. Period. Learn from your brother, Nate Almighty, your big brother, you know what I'm saying? Who went through that, so hopefully y'all ain't got to go through that, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.